Forest bathing was described by the Japanese Forest Service in 1982, and they call it Shinrin-yoku. With forest bathing, you're not talking about bathing as in a shower, but rather bathing your senses, all 5 senses in the forest. So you can go to the woods, you can go to a meadow, and hearing the sounds, seeing the sights, feeling the rough bark, everything that you experience through your senses is part of forest bathing. I'd like to speak specifically about the sense of smell. And so in forest bathing, you're breathing in a tremendous number of aromatic compounds that come from plants. And it has been proven conclusively to provide a tremendous number of health and wellness benefits. There's been study after study after study shows it lowers blood pressure, lowers pulse rate, decreases what's called salivary cortisol levels, indicating a lower stress level. It increases concentration. It increases natural killer cells, which is an indication of better immunity. And in Japan, physicians actually prescribe forest bathing. And so what they've done is they've taken some of the fragrances that you have when you are in a forest and brought them to a laboratory. And those fragrances have very clearly been shown to lower stress. Now, let's talk about secondary metabolites for a moment. That is all part of the concept of forest bathing or forest therapy. Everybody knows about photosynthesis, and when light comes down and it hits the chlorophyll in the leaves, it allows the plant to grow more plant material. Those are called primary metabolites. You may not have thought about this very much, but if you go into the woods, there is a wonderful fragrance. Now, in order for you to experience that fragrance, the plants need to have emitted compounds that are no longer going to be part of the plant. Those are secondary metabolites, and it's part of normal evolution. And there are a tremendous number of benefits to the plant by emitting these secondary metabolites. Let's look at one example, for instance. There may be a plant that has caterpillars eating the leaves, and if the plant were to emit a fragrance that was attracting birds, and those birds ate the caterpillars, the plant would grow and be more healthy. And so that's an example of why a plant might emit a secondary metabolite. Many of these are called terpenes, and that will allow the plant to be healthier. It turns out, through coevolution, human beings find that these terpenes are essential to our own health as well. And that's why one of the major benefits of being in the forest, one of the major benefits of forest therapy is breathing in these terpenes. And there's been study after study showing that forest bathing lowers blood pressure, lowers pulse rate, increases concentration levels, improves immunity, and they've even taken some of the fragrant compounds that you find in the forest, brought them to the laboratory, and done studies there, and that also seems to lower stress levels. I feel so strongly that MONQ is related to forest therapy that we have just recently released an entire new line of products called the Feel Nature line. We have forest, ocean, and mountain as 3 new products that have a large number of pine trees and other evergreens as part of their ingredients, and by breathing them, it is almost as if you're emulating, almost as if you're duplicating the forest bathing experience. And so with MONQ, you can be walking down a city street, you can be in an office in a concrete jungle, and by using MONQ, just like this, you have the benefit of the terpenes, of the secondary metabolites, because MONQ has been designed specifically so that those beneficial fragrant compounds are available to you anywhere at any time.